Shalom. All praises to Yahawah, bahasham Yahawashi, bahasham Racha Kwadash. Double honor to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone that rule well, laboring the word and doctrine. Shalom, giving peace unto the elect. Now this won't be too long. This really won't be too long at all. But, as you can see on the screen, I've just put on in Google, average age of marriage, Middle Ages. Now it's talking, now it says marriage was the only acceptable place for sex in the medieval period. And why is that? Well, because sex is marriage, right? And that meant out of quote-unquote wedlock. Now, in certain Catholic doctrines, they might say, well, if you're going in into each other outside of a written agreement, that'd be fornication or whatever manner of, fornication sort of covers it all, but they may claim that. Now we know, let's just find it. Took tent. Right, so this is Genesis 24:70. Oh, my Arabic numerals. Genesis 24:67. And Isaac brought her into his mother Sarah's tent and took Rebekah, and she became his wife, and he loved her, and Isaac was comforted after his mother's death. Now, say in that tent, they weren't playing board games. Right, they were, I won't say too much. They weren't playing board games. I'm just telling this word for Isaac. Took Rebekah. Took is lekwach. It says take 7:47, receive 61, take away 51. Fetch 31, bring 25, get 6 times take out, 6 times carry away, 5 times married, 4 times buy, 3 times miscellaneous, 26. Now in here it says the outline of biblical usage: to take, get, fetch, lay hold of, seize, receive, acquire, buy, bring, marry, take a wife, snatch, take away. In fact, let's just look at this real quick. Okay, I recognize that word still. Bear with me. There it is. Well, that's one of them. Deuteronomy 21 and 10. Oh no, sorry, 21 and 11. The context starts at 10. Right, the context starts at 10. Yeah, sharp brother Iowa. So what if not? Right, 21 and 11. And seest among the captives a beautiful woman, and hast a desire unto her, thou wouldest have her to thy wife. And that's one of them. Let's keep going. And that word there is lekwach. See, what's this? Right, Salakia. Sure, Iowa be outside, nonetheless. Right, so it says. So it's got to take, get, fetch, lay hold of, seize, receive, acquire, buy, bring, marry, take a wife, snatch, take away. It says a qual, to take in the hand, to take and carry along, to take from, to take out of, take away, carry away, take away, to take to or for a person. And there's a lot there, man. Just for reference, it's Strong's H 3947. I thought I'd read them all, but as I scroll down, it just seems like the list gets longer. So he took a wife. And let's get, like I said, they weren't playing board games, man. Right, so sex is marriage. So it says on here that marriage was the only acceptable place for sex in the medieval period. And as a result, Christians were allowed to marry from puberty onwards, generally seen at the time as age 12 for women and and 14 for men. Right, so let's get this scripture. Here it is, 1 Corinthians 7:36. It says, if any man think that he behaveth himself uncomely towards his virgin, if she pass the flower of her age, and need so require, let him do what he will. He sinneth not, let them marry. You go into this word for flower of her ages. Well, we'll hear him say it.
Strong's G 5230.
Uperakmos. It says beyond the bloom or prime of life. Right, overripe, plump and ripe, and so in a greater danger of defilement. And it says of a virgin. Now we understand you have we've got different Greek words, we've got different Hebrew words. One could go into virgin mean a woman of marriageable age. One could go into a woman that's never ever had sex. I think it's parthenos in Greek, which is like you get parthenogenesis. This word, when you break it down, hooper, says in behalf of, for the sake of, over, beyond, more than, more, beyond, over. So over, and this other word, akmein, it says a point, extremity, climax, acme, highest degree, the present time. Right, so beyond that, what? The flower. Now what does the flowers represent? Let's get, I'll just search for flowers. Right, so it says from puberty onwards. Now when is that? Oh, yeah, when is that? Right, here it is. Leviticus 15:24. And if any man lie with her at all, and her flowers be upon him, he shall be unclean 7 days, and all the bed whereon he lieth shall be unclean. Now this word for flowers, just to get the King James English, and then we'll link it back to the, the older languages, the ancient tongues. So this word for flowers is nadah. And it says here, separation 14 times, put apart twice, filthiness twice, flowers twice, far once, set apart once, menstruous once, removed once, unclean thing once, unclean once, uncleanness once, menstruous woman once, removed woman. This outline of biblical usage: impurity, filthiness, menstruous, set apart, impurity, of ceremonial impurity, of menstruation, impure thing, figurative, of idolatry, immorality, so uncleanness. Right, so if you're able to become unclean, that doesn't mean that you've not developed to a certain stage. Like it says here, Christians were allowed to marry from puberty onwards, generally seen at the time as age 12 for women and 14 for men, and that was a commonly practiced custom. Now we're not saying do it now or that it's expedient in this time, but to bring it out for a historical, for a source to support, as it seems like, y'all are wicked, there's certain things that were practiced in a time before, and that's all that's being said. Right, you're not going to wait until you're 40, the man's 40, the woman's 40 in the kingdom. There's a very short time frame, right, of fertility. When does it start? Let's just put it like this, in a simple term, quote unquote logic. When can a woman become pregnant? Or let's say, when can a young woman become pregnant? Now you have anomalies here and there. As a general rule, it's from the age that the Lord set it up. From they get to that age, bro, if you can recreate life, what does that mean for you as a man? If you can reproduce with seed, a woman, if you can incubate and house that, what does that mean? Right, so that was just a quick hit, just a historical one, a few scriptures, but not too scripture heavy, more so just see. Right, so with that, shalom.